At ProFootballWeekly.com, you can read Eric's Shorts and Shells column every week. This week, talking about the New Orleans Saints and how they weren't about to let another comeback happen this week, and they really went after it to get the win.
Yeah, I thought Sean Payton made a statement in a game against the Vikings, which, can be easy because the Vikings are a bad football team right now, but it was important to watch the way they approached this game. Going for the onside kick, middle of the second quarter, only a 14-6 contest at that point, keeping Drew Brees in the game late, and still pushing the pedal to the metal late in the contest, even though when they were up 29 points, rushing 6 on defense. So it just showed me that Sean Payton is kind of taking a look around the league, see what's happened. A lot of leads blown, a lot of teams around the NFL disappointing in those situations. He said, I'm not going to let up, and I don't expect them to let up next week against the Falcons, even though they won the NFC South this week.
With Green Bay getting their first loss this season, also suffering some injuries, the Saints don't really seem like they're that far behind the Packers in what could be a great showdown come the NFC Championship game. While the NFC West has been decided for a while now with the Niners winning that division, that hasn't stopped the Cardinals and Seahawks from continuing to compete. Both these teams look pretty good moving forward.
I think it's been coaching. I really have. Jim Harbaugh has kind of set the tone in that division for great coaching, but you can't overlook the job that Ken Whisenhunt has done, really without a steady quarterback situation, a lot of injuries up front. Beanie Wells has been playing banged up all year, and that young defense has really started to grow into form. I think they've been outstanding. And Pete Carroll, too. 2 years in a row, they've finished fast, finished strong in Seattle. And when the chips are against these two teams, they've played very good football.
You have to wonder if this Seahawks team had a real quarterback. They know what their quarterback
both
moving
teams,
forward. Yeah, that's true. You can really say it about both teams, how good they could really be. The Chargers and Ravens put on a game Sunday night that I think we expect to be really close. The Chargers playing better. It was a blowout, but I don't think anyone expected the Chargers to be the one blowing out the Ravens.
Yeah, and we'll start with the Ravens. When they fall hard. Especially in road games. They're 3-4 away from Baltimore this year, and that really raises questions about their viability as a playoff team. Joe Flacco had a miserable game, but the defense too. Broken tackles and broken coverages all game long. It just really seemed like they weren't into it, never really got off the plane. But on the flip side, Chargers playing their best football now as of late. Norv Turner had his best game of the season, I thought, in terms of play calling. Will it be enough? Can they get in the playoffs? Still looking a little bit dicey at this point.
I think it might be a little too late for the Chargers. But the Ravens, we say it all the time, like you never know when they're going to lay an egg against an inferior opponent. Maybe the Chargers are better than we thought, but you just can't play like this and expect to be represented from the AFC.
I will say this. They've played well against the Steelers twice. They have a sort of a formula to beat the Patriots. They've had some big wins, Texans, Jets, teams like that. But the letdown factor still is there.
They just can't have that one game where they just don't show up like this one. That's our Shorts and Shells column. You can see the full column at ProFootballWeekly.com.
It's never too early to start thinking about the NFL Draft, and Pro Football Weekly's new draft database has you covered. Check out updated player rankings for over 750 prospects and our exclusive PFW Stock Watch. Just go to the Draft tab at ProFootballWeekly.com.